And we're back with our MLB predictions for this new season. It is March. This is the On Deck podcast. I'm your boy, Phil from Shirley, with my boy, Zuminati82, and the queen of On Deck, Mrs. Alice. Miss Alice. Whatever. We need to find something for this. We need to find something for this. I'm gonna start with my NL MVP and my AL MVP. I think this is probably one of the easiest predictions. I think this award will be won by the same fucking people for the next 5 years. They might as well name the award for AL MVP after this person and NL MVP after this other person. And that is Aaron Judge in the American League and Shohei Ohtani in the National League. I think these guys will win this award until they stop playing. And that's it.
Yeah, I mean, those are pretty solid picks. Um, I'm going with a different AL MVP. I'm going with Bobby Witt
Ooh.
Jr. Yeah, I just feel like
Ooh.
he's gonna be.
Ooh.
It's at the end of the year. I feel like that's the guy. That's the guy who's gonna
Ooh.
be it.
Yankee hate.
Take,
Ooh.
yeah, no, I mean, take him off the team. You take Judge off the team. I feel like they still have a solid team. Without Witt on their team, I don't
Ooh.
know. Uh, and then, I mean, I didn't want to go chalk either. It's
They
easy
win
going
70
Judge.
games next year if Judge is hurt. They fucking
Yeah.
stink.
And I'm going to go Ohtani. Ohtani. As much as I don't want to, I'm going Ohtani NL. That's chalk, but that's just, I feel like the way it's
I
going to be.
know. I know.
Yep. I was also between Judge and Witt. I think I'm going to agree with Bobby Witt Jr., though. I think
Let's
that
go.
Aaron Judge is going to have a little bit of a down year.
Ooh.
I know. Coming for the
Ooh.
Yankees. Don't come for me.
Talking
Or
about
do it. It's
my
fine.
boy
We'll go
Aaron,
for
the
it.
Fuck
greatest
that. Come for
Yankee
me.
player
Fuck the
Yeah, no.
of
Well,
Yankees.
all
it's fine.
time.
We can
Guys.
go after it. I Aaron Judge is great. He's amazing. I remember seeing him in the AAA. I just feel like at one point, with everything else going on in the
Listen.
Yankees, that he's going to falter a little bit. And
I
I
think
think
your
that
guys'
2025 is
Yankee
the year.
hate is really speaking very loud right now.
Nah.
I think it's coming through
Yankees
you
hate
big
that
time.
no.
I think Aaron Judge is one of the greatest players we're ever going to see. When
Yeah.
all said
He
and
is,
done, we're
for
going to talk
sure.
about this guy.
Yep.
I think
But
I
I
the
think
think
you're
only
Bobby
right.
Witt
way he
is too.
doesn't win the award is if he gets hurt, which could happen. He's a monster. It's a ticking time bomb. The guy can't play fucking center or right field forever. It's coming. It's coming. But moving
Uh,
on to the Cy Young.
yeah.
Moving on to the
Hold
Cy Young.
Hold on.
on.
She didn't
I
say
still
NL.
have.
Oh, wait, I thought you said Shohei.
No, I'm not saying Shohei.
Oh,
Ooh.
really?
I'm going
I
Juan
think,
Soto. Gotta do it.
Oh,
Gotta be one.
I
Biggest
thought she was going to
MLB
go Alonzo.
contract by far. Oh my God, I wish. But no, let's be honest. It's gonna be Juan
first,
Soto.
you're going with the first New York Met to win the MVP
Let's
award in
I
go.
sure
franchise
am. I
history.
Oh,
sure
I love
am.
it. I love it. Good for
Oh,
you.
that would be
Confident.
amazing.
That's awesome.
That would be amazing.
Oh
See,
my God, that'd be great.
I skipped over it. I'm thinking that Alice gave her pick already, just because I thought it was just like I said, that award will be named the Shohei Ohtani Award. Unfortunately,
I
it's
believe
going to
you.
happen.
Yep.
Moving on to Cy Young now. I think the American League Cy Young is very easy. Just starting with that one because it's so easy. I think Skubal is the man. Skubal is on another level. The guy is the best pitcher in baseball. Watching him last year down the stretch, having the luxury of having the MLB package and being able to watch him, the guy is a freak. The guy looks just on another level. Probably the toughest pitcher to hit. I think the National League one is up for grabs. I'm going to give a big sleeper pick this year who I think is going to be a very good player, and that's Zach Gallen. I know people are going to be
Nice.
like, Zach Gallen, Phil, you're picking him to win
Uh,
the Cy Young? I'm picking Zach Gallen to win the Cy Young. I think he's going to have a fucking monster year. That's my
I
pick.
like that pick.
Zach
I
Gallen.
like that pick. Um, I think American League is between Skubal and Gilbert. I feel like you can't sleep on Gilbert, but I'm going with Skubal. I feel like Skubal is just a beast. I feel like he's so good. And then my Cy Young for National League is going to be Skeens. I feel like why not? I feel like
Mm.
guys on top of the world right now. I know it's tough. Sophomore slump could be happening, but at the same time, I don't know. I just have a good feeling about Skeens. I'm going to go with him for my National League Cy Young.
hmm
All right. I'm going to agree with Scooble. I think that's an undeniable choice. It's easily where it's at. I also think that Skeens or Cease would be easy picks for Cy Young. I'm going to go really out there and pick Justin Steele.
Nice.
Ooh, very out there.
Yeah,
Going
I
I like
wild
that
love
in
pick.
March.
yeah, listen, March predictions. There's nothing better than March predictions.
Right.
I'm surprised none of us said Clay Holmes, but
Yeah,
to be honest, I think that with Skeens, like you said, I could see him having a monster year, Drew. And the sophomore slump, you don't really see it that much with pitchers like you do with hitters. So I
right.
could see him coming out and having a fucking another dominant year. Bouncing on to manager of the year in the American League and National League. This is hilarious because right before this, we're talking and I'm like, I'm gonna take Kansas City's manager for the American League, and I'm taking Arizona's manager for the National League. And I sat there and I looked up their names and I did not write them down. And now, minutes later, when we're sitting here talking and starting with MVP and going with Cy Young, I don't remember their names. So this is what I'm going with. My manager of the year will be the Arizona Diamondbacks manager. Big year, I think, from Arizona. So that guy, I think his name was like Paul fucking, I don't even remember, dude. That's how shot I am. And then Kansas City's manager, I looked it up too, and I'm like, this guy's name sucks. Like, how am I going to even say his name? So honestly, Kansas City's
This
manager
guy's
and
name
Arizona's
sucks.
manager, those are my manager of the years.
This guy's name sucks. I can't. I don't know how
That's
to
great.
follow that up. Like, how do I follow that up?
Can you?
That's amazing. I'm gonna give you real names just because I looked them up. I'm going with Detroit's manager. His name is AJ Hinch, and I'm going with with Mr. Met, right? Mendoza. Like
Okay.
he was robbed last year. I feel like, and he's gonna have another good year this year. And I feel like Mendoza is gonna be the manager of the year for the National League. I know
I
his
like
name.
Love it. Love it. I mean, listen, you picked
Are you
two
sure?
guys that I fucking know their names too, okay?
Well, why didn't you pick them? You could say them.
Yeah,
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 no, listen, I gotta go with my picks. Listen, if I'm picking
Sure,
the Mets
sure.
to be in the wild card, I can't take that guy to be a manager of the year.
yeah. All
We
right.
almost won it.
I know,
We were
but we're
wild
on
card
wild
last year.
cards. That's why.
And you know his name. You know his name.
Go
Do
ahead,
we? Are
Alice.
we sure? Are we sure? I think I'm going to do Alex Cora from the Red Sox.
Ooh,
Nice.
And
love that
then,
pick.
thank you, thank you. And then I really wanted to pick Terry Francone for the Reds. I think that they're going to come
Mm,
up big
Yeah.
this year. But
mm,
I mean, Carlos Mendoza, like, I
mm.
really want to see it. I really do. But the Mets get so much hate. I mean, just look at Lindor's record. I don't know if Mendoza's going to win. So I'm still going to go with Francone.
Nice.
Listen, love that segueing right into our next little category, sleeper picks for this year. Our American League team sleeper pick and our National League team sleeper pick. I'm going to start it with my National League team, and I'm going with the Reds, just like you were talking about with Terry Francona being there and this young talent that they have that's blossoming. Are they going to take that next step and actually win maybe 85 games and compete for a third wild card spot? Maybe even compete for this shitty division that we're talking about. And you know what? They probably will. We could see it happen. So I love that pick. I'm going with the Reds in the National League as my sleeper team. My American League sleeper team. I've been sitting there going back and forth. I can't really take Kansas City Royals because they're a good team, right? You got to get a little outside the box, Phil, if you're going to take a team that you know as a sleeper team, right? So this is fucking crazy. You know, this is really crazy and a little out there. To me, you never can count out those Tampa Bay Rays, right? Like
Oh yeah.
every year, they're consistently a good fucking team. They're like those St. Louis Cardinals in the National League, where it's like out of nowhere they just produce talent, right? And they don't spend any fucking money. Um, uh, do I see them winning more than 85 games? No, I don't even see them doing that. But if I'm picking a sleeper team in the American League, give me the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah. It's a nice
I
pick.
like
I
it.
mean, they're gonna be playing in a minor league stadium. They don't have a
And
roof in
they're
their real
yeah,
stadium.
they look like they're
Um,
probably going to lose
Too
95
soon,
games.
Drew.
They're
yeah.
probably going to
They
lose 95 games, but every year they look like they should lose 90
yeah.
games.
Yeah. No, you're right. I
It's
feel like
true.
that's a good sleeper team. My
But that
my sleeper
division is
team.
they're probably going to finish worse in that division. So.
Yeah. I'm picking a wild sleeper team for the American League too, but my National League sleeper team is going to be Pittsburgh. I just something about them, I like their young core, and then I know like Tampa Bay seems pretty wild. My sleeper team for the American League is going to be Oakland or Las Vegas or
Okay.
whatever they are. I feel
Yeah.
like they have a couple of young players that are exciting to watch, and I feel like how can they do any worse than they did last year? So
Listen, and going out and winning 75 to 80 games for a team like that would be such a huge step.
yeah,
It would be such a huge step. Realistically, when we're talking about these sleeper teams, sorry to cut you off, Alice, is
You're
that I
good.
feel like in the
cut me
National
off.
League, there's much more teams. Yeah, sorry. Fuck you, Drew. There's so many teams in the National League that we could pick of like a
Yeah,
Washington, you know what I mean? Like a
yep,
St. Louis Cardinals out there, teams that aren't talked about that probably could actually go out there and have a shocking year. When you look at the American League, I don't see that many teams like coming from nothing, like you're saying. But
right.
Oakland or Vegas, could they win 80 games next year and have a great year? 100%.
Yeah, they got our boy Sevy, so we'll see what he can do.
True. I'm also going to go with the A's, not necessarily because they have all these
Ooh.
incredible players, which they do. They have up and coming players for sure. And like you just mentioned, Sebi definitely proved himself last year. But I think the energy of moving
Yep.
their stadium is going to do so well for that team. And a lot of people are going to start seeing the investments in time and energy. I mean, I think maybe that's one of the reasons that the Rays don't do so well, is because the stadium's so empty. I don't know if y'all ever
Yeah.
went to a Tampa Bay game
Hmm.
at Tropicana Field, but it was the most boring atmosphere of a baseball game. And it was one of the most exciting. I got too excited. I stopped talking. One of the most exciting games that I'd seen in a long time. And when it went to the 11th inning against the Reds, it was great. And speaking of that game, I will also go with the Reds for my sleeper for the
Nice.
NL.
Love that. No, you're 100% right. I feel like we seen it last year with what's his name? Luis Acuna Matata, whatever the fuck his name
Akuna
is.
Matata, you got it.
Last year, we see this kid come up from the minor leagues and he just takes that next step. You feel like when there's certain guys when they're playing in front of crowds and you're playing in that environment. The Tampa Bay Rays were a great team and they had a better record on the road because you're putting out this good product and they want to play in front of crowds. So when they're playing in front of these other places and there's more people in the stands, they're actually playing better, which is crazy to say. But no, you're 100% right. That stadium was brutal. They needed to get rid of it. I know they're playing in a minor league stadium. They're basically been a minor league team for the last couple of years. But at the same time, they fucking win games, which is wild.
Yeah,
I do.
they produce for
Um,
sure.
Hmm.
do I see
Before
them
we move
finishing
on,
last in the division? Probably. But hey,
it's
all right.
likely.
That's our American League picks. We're gonna be back. I mean, American League picks, American League, National League, MVP, Cy Young. I'm all over the place. It's March. It's 10:30 at night. I mean, this is what you're getting from me. You know what I mean? Like, the mind's
It's a
not that
Wednesday.
sharp on a Wednesday. Exactly. But hey, we'll be back. We'll be back with more. Let's go, Nuggets.
Let's go.
Go Mets.
Come on. Ah.